What's going on, guys? This is Chandler Smith, and Dave Ramsey has lost his mind. And so in this video, we're gonna explain how debt actually works, and we're gonna show you when you can and should purchase a home. So with all of that being said, let's jump into it. All right, guys, if you're new to the channel, I've been investing in real estate for the last 8 years, and I currently own over $18 million of real estate. And the big reason I've been able to grow that portfolio to that large at 30 years old is because I've used debt properly. Now, debt can be a death nail if used improperly. However, when used properly, it is an incredible tool to help you to build your net worth. So guys, I'm fired up. I'm gonna talk about debt. I'm gonna talk about when it's time for you to purchase a home. I'm gonna talk about all of the bad Dave Ramsey advice that is out there. All that I ask you to do is remember to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the little bell, and we're gonna jump into things. With that being said, Dave Ramsey made a statement this last month that I believe is absolutely horrible advice, and so I'm gonna read it to you really quick. Says a credit score is nothing but an I love debt score. It is proof that you've borrowed money and paid it back so that you can borrow more money and pay that back. The cycle goes on forever. If you want a life without payments, stop chasing a life with payments. When I talk about this, people usually ask how to buy a home without a credit score. It's completely possible. It's called manual underwriting. Mortgage lenders used to do this all the time. They simply verify your ability to repay the loan by checking things like your employment and record of paying things like rent, utilities, and other applicable bills. Don't believe the lie that you need a credit score. You'll be just fine without one. This statement for me is absolutely mind-boggling because your credit score is extremely important when it comes to building your net worth and putting you and your family in a safe place. And so I'm gonna talk about all of that. I'm gonna talk about proper use of debt, about building your credit score, about why it's important. And I'm gonna dive into a lot of other things that Dave Ramsey's talked about as far as when the right time to purchase a home is, because I believe he's misleading people in a huge way and putting them in a place where their net worth is going to be very stuck and they're going to have to work their brains out for their entire life and never put themselves in a place where, one, they're enjoying that life in the process, but two, where they get to a point where they can live a comfortable life financially. Now, with his strategy, you can get there. It's just not going to be until you're 65 or 75 and your life is kind of over. You're not healthy, you're not happy, you haven't enjoyed the process of life. And on top of all of that, you've made stupid financial decisions because you've listened to Dave Ramsey. So I know that sounds harsh, but I'm going to go through it and explain it with the numbers and everything so that it makes sense. First off, I want to explain how you build a credit score. All you need to do is get 4 lines of credit, or you can even have 1 or 2, but 4 is best. And the best way to do it is to go and get a credit card. Now, Dave Ramsey is anti-credit card completely, but here are all the advantages to having a credit card. Advantage number 1, if you pay it off every month, you're never paying interest. So you can get a credit card, you can run it up, and then you pay it off at the end of the month, and guess what? You don't pay any interest on that. While doing that, you're going to be building your credit. Now, one thing you need to do while doing this is never use over 10%. Now, you can use up to 20%, you're probably still okay, but the less you use on the card, the better off you're going to be because they look at how much of the card you use. You also never want to carry a balance into the next month because then you're going to be paying interest on that balance. But here's why credit cards are awesome. First of all, they're going to help you to build your credit so you can get approved for car loans, you can get approved for house loans, and with a good credit score, not only are you going to get approved, but you're going to get lower interest rates. So the debt that you get in the future is going to cost you less, which is a huge advantage when owning a home, which even Dave Ramsey says is okay using debt. Now we're going to dive into his rules for that because they're also extremely stupid. But by doing this, you're going to pay less interest in the future, and it's going to make it easier for you to get accepted on certain loans. Now, the other reason you need to use a credit card is credit cards have huge perks. They protect you way more than a debit card or using cash are using anything else. For example, if your credit card gets stolen and they go and somebody runs up a bill of $8,000 on your credit card, guess what? You make a call, they take that off. It doesn't affect your credit score as long as you call them and get it fixed, and they're immediately going to put that money back. They're not going to charge it for it. It's something that is part of their policy with credit card. You also have a ton of other protections when it comes to getting rental cars and a myriad of other things where a credit card is there to protect you so that any of the money you use is very protected, and if it gets stolen, if it gets charged, if anything happens, they're just gonna send you a new card, they're gonna give you the money back, and it's very low risk. Now, if you have a debit card or you're using cash or you're writing checks or you're doing whatever else, if any of these things get stolen and forged and whatever else that can happen, it is a much longer and more painful process. And there are instances where you never get that money back, or if you do, it's a long drug out process. So now, not only are you immediately taking that money out of the bank account so that your cash situation is worse because it immediately pulls out on a debit card or when you use cash or whatever else, you now have a 30-day layover before you have to pay that money. And if you've got it in an account that's paying interest, that's advantageous. But on top of that, you're waiting to pay those bills. And then as long as you pay them, you're gonna be fine, you're building credit in the process, and you're more protected if something happens. So the only reason a credit card would be bad is if you're stupid. Because here's the deal, it gives you 30 days longer to be able to pay your bills, where if you just pay with a debit card, you don't have that 30 days. So it should give you even more of a buffer to make sure that you pay that off. Now, if you run a balance up and you leave it month to month, and you say, look, I can only not do that if I have a debit card because then I won't spend what I don't have, I don't know what to tell you. Because if that's your philosophy on life, oh, if I have a credit card, I'm gonna spend it. If I have a debit card, I won't because there's no money in there. Well, maybe you should have a debit card and maybe you shouldn't be protected because that's just a stupid decision. So if you commit to get a credit card, please just be smart, pay it off on time, don't overuse it, stay below that 20% and preferably that 10% usage, pay it off every month. You're gonna build up your credit and then the world will be opened to you when it comes to getting good debt that you can use on purchasing a home or on purchasing rental properties that then are going to pay you every single month. So we've covered that. Go get credit cards, use them, pay them off every month and start building your credit score because it does take a while to build. Just make sure that you make your payments every month and you're gonna be in a great place. If you wanna learn more about building your credit score more quickly, you can click the link up here and go and check out that video. All right, now we're gonna jump to the next dumb advice that Dave Ramsey has given, and that is this, and this is right on his website. It says the best way to buy a home is to put 100% down. If paying cash for your home isn't in the cards this year, set a goal of saving at least 20% of the home price as a down payment. Now, he explains why he feels this way, and it's because he doesn't want you paying mortgage insurance, and for some reason he doesn't want you to put a low down. And I know mortgage insurance is part of it. Essentially what mortgage insurance is it's another fee you have to pay every single month on top of your interest and your principal. And your interest and principal are part of your mortgage, and then that mortgage insurance is on top of that. So anytime you pay more, it's like, don't pay more, that's silly, that's going to hurt you, that's not a good idea. The thing that is so hilarious about him not liking mortgage insurance is he just told you in this previous thing to do manual underwriting. Now, if you don't have a credit score, you will have to pay higher interest rates. You will have to pay higher closing costs. So now you're giving up paying mortgage insurance. You have to save way more for down payments. You're waiting a lot longer before you can get into a home. And then you're gonna have to pay higher interest rates and get hit with more fees because of manual underwriting. It just seems like an absolute joke because you're trading one for another. And for a lot of people, even if you're saving to only 20% compared to saving 3.5% down and getting an FHA loan, that could be 5 to 10 years for people of saving. Now, maybe you're aggressively saving and it's just a couple years, but that's still a couple years where your home could be going up in value, where you could be paying down the principal on the mortgage, which is essentially a saving account for that property. Another thing is you're getting a smaller return on the investment of your home. Let me explain. If you save up to 100%, which Dave Ramsey says is the best idea, there are a couple things happening. First off, while you're saving, you're still paying rent every month. And guess how much of that is going into a savings account of principal paydown? None of it is. Guess how much of that is going towards helping you build up equity in your home because the home is going up by value 3 to 5% every year? Nothing. But most people that use this strategy that say, oh, I want to save till I can pay cash for 100% of my home, every year they're saving their money. And for some people, I'm guessing this is probably 5, maybe even 10 years of paying rent that they're not getting any of that money back. So I want to show you an example so that this makes sense. Let's say you've got a person over here that's going to put 3.5% down on a home. They also set aside, let's say 6 months reserves, or you could even do a year worth of reserves. That's probably gonna put you at, instead of having 3.5% worth of money that you need, let's say you have 10% of money you need to be able to purchase this home, so you can have massive reserves for your mortgage, massive reserves for whatever spending you have, and you have a money for a down payment, and now you have a mortgage with mortgage insurance. Odds are, if you purchase the right home, that monthly payment is going to be the same that the person over here is paying for rent every month. So for example, let's say they're both paying $2,000. This guy's paying $2,000 a month on his mortgage insurance, all of that stuff, and he has 5 to 10% reserves. This guy now has saved 10 to 15%. He's got to save all the way to 100% to be able to purchase a home in cash. Now, this guy every year is getting 3 to 5% on the whole home. He only put 3.5% down. That means that his return on the whole home isn't 3 to 5% because he's getting 3 to 5% on the entire purchase price. So if he bought a home for $100,000, he only needed $3,500 to be able to purchase that home, but that home's going up in value by 3 to 5%. Let's say it's just going up by 3.5% every year. That means his entire down payment he's getting in equity every single year because the property's going up in value. But if you live in a market like I have the last 5 years, every year my home has gone up by 10% or more. So he could have bought it for 3.5% down, and it could have gone up in value by $10,000 every single year. That's literally like 300% return plus on his down payment in 1 year. Why this guy over here is paying rent every month, getting 0% return on his money. Also, this guy has tax advantages because part of his mortgage is interest. So he's gonna pay less in taxes because of that. The other part is principal pay down. So again, that's equity he's getting in his home. That's a return he's getting that is being saved in his home. So this guy is getting equity from principal pay down. He's getting equity because the property is going up in value by 3 to 5%. He's getting tax advantages, and he's paying the same every month as the guy over here. And guess what? He's got a ton of reserves because he's in a good place. Why this guy is still saving and saving and saving and saving. So now you look at 5, 10 years down the road where this guy finally has enough money to buy a house. Guess what? Homes have gone up in value by a ton. So now he has to save longer, while this guy is probably sitting on hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equity in his home. Also, if this guy's following Dave Ramsey's advice, he finally can buy the property in cash, or maybe he can't. Maybe he still needs to get a loan because he can't afford it, but he hasn't been building credit, so he's gonna get crappy interest rates, and he's gonna be in a place where he's paying way more for a home. And on top of all of that, let's say it took him 10 years. For 10 years, he had to live in a property that wasn't his. He had to have all these restrictions because it's not his home. He has to deal with a landlord that's probably increasing rent every month, that he's not getting any equity in that. It's just money that's going out the door because he's having to pay more and more every year. This guy's mortgage is locked in. Never went up at all. No risk of it going up because he owns a home. All right, guys, I've got to take a deep breath because I'm very fired up. But the reason I'm fired up is there are a lot of people that latch on to Dave Ramsey's advice, and it's just bad advice. And it's bad advice for a couple of reasons. First of all, Dave Ramsey has you living in a world of future value, of you've got to be miserable for a very, very long time before you can make smart decisions that are going to put you in a good place. And that's not true. There are things you can do right now to put you in a good financial place. Now, if you've been stupid, you're $100,000 in debt, you're $50,000 in debt, Dave Ramsey's advice is probably gonna be good for you because your brain isn't working the way that it should when it comes to viewing debt. And you need to get out of that. And that's one place where I do want to take my hat off to Dave Ramsey because he's figured out how people's brains work when they're in this massive debt hole. And if you are, I'm not saying his advice is bad for getting out of debt. But if you're in a place where you're not in debt and you could be building your credit the proper way by paying it off every month, and you could be getting into a house 10, 15, 20 years sooner than what you would if you followed Dave Ramsey's advice, and you could be building equity in that home, and you could be living in a home that you love, that you can make yours, that you can build memories in with your kids, with your spouse, with whoever it may be, and you're giving all of that up and this potential incredible investment and the potential for you to start investing using debt so that you can have cash flow that now pays your mortgage, that now pays for your car, that now puts you in a place where you don't have to work till you're 65, where you could literally retire at 25 or 30. You could be in a place like I am where I can build my dream home. I can have my dream cars. I can have the things I want because I understand debt and I use it properly. And I keep proper reserves so that if bad things do happen, I'm still in a great place. And we didn't cover that in this video, but the truth is, if you have the proper reserves, if you've bought property properly using debt, if you've gotten the right loans where they can't be called due, where the interest rates aren't changing every 5 to 10 years, where you're not doing all of the stuff that Dave Ramsey did when he was young and stupid that ended up burning him, but you use debt properly, then you can put yourself in a substantially better financial situation way sooner in your life than if you follow Dave Ramsey's advice. And so again, if you're in massive debt, go hit up Dave Ramsey. Get out of debt, get back to ground zero, but then come and listen to this advice because debt used properly will change your life and get you where you want to be substantially sooner, and it'll protect you. Having a credit card is a huge protection for me because I've had it stolen multiple times. I've had people steal the number. I've had them charge the card. I've had them doing all kinds of stuff. And guess what? It didn't affect my credit score. And I always got that money back, and I got it back quickly. And I didn't even have to pay it ever, period. It never took it out of my account and never put me in a vulnerable situation because I don't use a debit card ever, so that I don't have to worry about all the negatives of that. And I've built an incredible credit score, and I've been able to invest in real estate. And I have a home that over the course of the last 3 years of ownership, it's gone from being worth $420,000 to being worth $750,000. That's hundreds of thousands of dollars I've made in equity. And now I'm going to sell my home, and I now have this $300,000 plus worth of money because I purchased a home when I did, that someone else that would have listened to Dave Ramsey's advice and not purchased a home soon, guess what? 3 years later, they're still saving for a house, and they're nowhere near to having enough because they could have purchased it for $420,000 and now it costs $750,000. So they've got money sitting in a bank that's going down in value 2 to 3% every year, and right now way more because of inflation. And so please learn these rules. Don't fall into the Dave Ramsey trap, because if you do, you're gonna regret it down the road. So that's all I've got for you. If you wanna learn more about how to invest in real estate, about how to use debt properly, you can go and check out my YouTube channel. Or if you're ready to start investing in real estate and making money by using debt properly, you can click the link below and purchase my real estate investing course. It's $50 off right now, so it's only 250 bucks. It's gonna show you the step-by-step process of how to use debt and invest in real estate. And it's going up to $500 to purchase this course because we've completely revamped it this year. We've added a ton of new stuff, and you're gonna get all of that new stuff at this lower price if you grab it now. Now, if you guys enjoyed the video, you don't have to go get the course. That pitch sounded a little hard. If you just wanna learn more, I've got tons of videos that show you how to use debt, how to invest, how to purchase a home, how to do all of these things, and you can go find it on my YouTube channel. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you remember to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the future videos. Thanks guys, have a great day.